friends! I thought we'd make another video today. Today is the first day of spring. And I've been working in my garden a lot, and I thought that we could walk around and look and see if we can find some signs of spring. Come with me. So, if you remember, this is that forsythia bush that we talked about last week, and it has those beautiful yellow flowers that have how many petals? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. And we talked about how this bush gets flowers first, and then look what's happening. It's going to turn into a bush with lots and lots of leaves. And you can see how there's many more leaves outside coming along. All right, let's see what else we can find. This is a tree. It has this brown bark with these really pretty white speckles on it. And it's really big. And you can see it's just beginning to wake up. And it has these soft pods. Can you imagine touching it? It feels just like a bunny's ear. It's so soft. And these get bigger and bigger and bigger. They get bigger and bigger. And then they turn into, can you see what it's going to be? Can you guess? That's right. This is a big flower bud. And it turns into this big, beautiful flower. And it blooms. And it doesn't have any leaves yet. It only does flowers first. When it loses all of its flower petals, it starts to get leaves later in the spring. Let's see what else we can find in the garden. We have here, whoops, sorry. Some of my favorites is hiding back in here. Maybe you have some of these in your yard. It's a little daffodil. It's hiding in there. Hi, daffodil. Let's count its petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, and this big trumpet part. I don't know if we count that as 7 or not, but it sure is pretty. And we have also another yellow flower. We have this little poppy that grows in my yard. This flower has 4 petals, just like another flower we just saw. Remember that one? The forsythia? And it has these pretty little buds that are also soft. And these nice lacy leaves. Let's look. You guys might like this one. It's purple. This is part of the Hellebrose family. It comes up pretty early too. Can you count how many leaves it has? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves. Sorry, petals. All right, let's keep looking. What else we can find? Here's this big old holly bush, and it never loses its leaves. It keeps them all winter long. It's one of those trees that doesn't lose its leaves. But look, here comes spring. Looky right there. Those are little tiny buds, and they're gonna grow into flowers, and there'll be little white flowers, and the bees love them because they smell so sweet. All right, let's see what else we can find. Ooh, look at this tree. It doesn't look alive at all. Let's take a closer look though. You look at this tree. This one's a darker brown. Oh, do you see that? Do you see this poking out? That's the beginning of a new leaf. Let's see if we can find one where one is, do you see it starting to pop out? I see a little bit of green. It's opening up. Now I happen to know, I can't tell from right here if it's going to be a flower or a leaf, but I happen to know this tree. It's a tulip poplar. And I know the leaves come out first and next. And the fall will be big, beautiful flowers. Yeah, and you can see its bark. It has this fun pattern down here. It's pretty smooth, although it looks bumpy. Let's go look at some other trees and see if they're doing anything. There's a crepe myrtle. Look how smooth. This bark feels really smooth. This tree loses its bark all the time. Let me see if I can pick up a piece of it. It comes off like rolls of paper. You can see this. There's all sorts of things that falls off as it grows. This tree, if you look at the branches, they don't look living at all. I don't see anything coming out, but I know this tree is alive, and it will come out a little bit later in the spring. It's not an early spring bloomer. It's a later spring bloomer, and we'll see it later. Let's see what else we can find out. Oh, can you see that cardinal singing over there?
Maybe I can.
Oh, now it stopped singing just for us. Nope, they never sing on cue. Let's keep walking. What else going on? Oh, I see lots of daffodils still. Oh, bunches. Let's find this dogwood here. There's a dogwood tree. You guys remember what they look like? Again, you don't see much on this tree, but if you look, do you see these big round bits? That is going to be a huge white flower. It's going to be beautiful. And if you look here, these look like they're going to be leaves. So you'll see the flower first. Or no, maybe the leaves first. It's hard to tell. We'll have to look at that later. I always think of the flowers coming out first because they're the ones that are the most noticeable. And they look green and brown now, but they'll be bright white. That'll be fun to see later. Let's see. Come on over this way. It's a little close. I'm going to stand in my garden now. I don't know if you can see this. These just started poking up. These are hostas. And if you look, can you see how they're all in a nice big circle? This is one plant and it likes to grow. All the new growth likes to come right at the edge. First, and it starts out this nice deep purple. Then it has this beautiful green leaves. And that's really fun. All right, thanks for taking a tour of the garden with me. We'll do this again another time. See if you can find any signs of spring in your garden. All right, bye, until next time.